Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Aviani, and this is my co-host Athena. Athena, you want to say hi?
Of Opera GX browser.
No, stop it. Oh my god. It didn't play, so I thought it was going to start, or I thought it was just going to stay paused. No, it decided to start playing. Anyway, it's the day after Halloween, and we did not have the red versus blue, as we were told we would, because of, shall we say, circumstances. So, oh, for God's sake. Stop it. I don't want to hear about frickin' Call of Duty.
Before we get to today...
Come on. No, I don't want to hear ads either. There. This should skip. Okay. Alright, so we didn't have the red versus blue as we were told. Apparently that's going to be next time, so in 2 weeks. What do you think, baby? Up? Now, because I have my headphones on, she's not going to be able to hear much of this. She could probably hear a little, because she's a bird and they got, like, super hearing, so. But, yeah. We're going to see doggies. She loves dogs. Not so much for dog people, though. I mean, you could be. I don't know. We've never really met one. Okay, let's
Sir
get going.
Thomas Brown once said, "Every man is his own greatest enemy, and as it were, his own executioner." For many, every day is a struggle.
Well,
to
what happened to
restrain
him
the
then?
beast within.
Or else you might turn into a big old honkin' werewolf.
Such as Saberwulf, the savage wolf man of killer instinct.
And John Talbain, the kung fu canine darkstalker. He's whiz and I'm boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Cool. Oh, I can spell it.
It's called Wolf Castle. What else do you expect?
But that monster used to be a man, Baron Conrad von Saberwulf. Once an aristocrat of wealth and status, his life would drastically change the day he discovered a secret laboratory deep within the castle's bowels.
He stumbled onto a treasure trove of monster hunting weapons and relics straight out of his family's secret history.
Including a mysterious
why would they keep it a
large
secret?
claw, which he accidentally cut himself on.
Of course he
On
did.
the light of the next full moon, the Baron transformed into...
A vampire!
No, a werewolf. This is the werewolf episode.
Come on, Wiz. Spooky castle in the middle
Oh,
of
so
nowhere.
that's how he
A
ended
weird
up with
cursed
that native
artifact.
name there.
He's got
I don't know
Vaughn
what
in his
right
name.
exactly.
This is totally a vampire backstory.
Now, that's for next year. On that
That's for
night,
next year,
Baron
yes.
Saberwulf became a...
I know they at one point confirmed Alucard versus Dio. Helsing Alucard. I know people wanted to see Alucard versus the other Alucard. But who would that one? Who would the one from Castlevania fight then? Because I'm thinking Blade. Two half vampire hunters. That'd be really awesome.
bloodthirsty beast.
Nice.
You know, the name really
Hey!
screwed him from the start there. Almost like it was destiny.
Well, originating as early as classical antiquity, the fable of men turning into wolves under a full moon is a staple of European folklore.
Yep.
Real-life victims of so-called lycanthropy most likely suffered from porphyria, hypertrichosis, or rabies.
Sabi rampaged all over the country, killing everyone he found.
Interesting.
Because as a big
Well, that
hairy
would
demon
explain,
dog,
like,
being a
snarling
werewolf
and
means
stuff,
your
but-
strength, speed, and tough hide are off the charts. Oh, and it makes you great at basketball.
With his razor-sharp claws,
I watched that
Saberwulf
movie
can
when I was a
easily
kid,
tear
and I was
through solid
amazed they made a
steel.
TV
also,
show out of
any
it.
one of his cuts can potentially pass his curse to new victims.
But he's pretty
Interesting.
happy using those claws to brutally rush down any foe.
With a howl to the sky, Saberwulf can
What
amp
would it
himself
mean
up or tap
if
into
they
his
did-
killer instinct
If
to
he
enter a
passed
feral
his curse
rage. In
to Riptor. Because that would no longer be a werewolf. That would be like a dino wolf. Because as we all know, thanks to the numerous pedants among us, the were just comes from person. Or, well, from male person specifically, because man used to just mean person, or human. Human, you know. And that's where woman comes from. And wereman was the male form.
any sense of shame or repression is eliminated as he truly becomes a mindless monster. It
Awesome.
also increases his chip damage and allows him to cancel auto doubles into other auto.
Yeah,
Makes him
awesome.
even more stronger and faster. We get it.
And to top it off, he can summon bats that are on fire.
Awesome.
Gotta be honest, not sure where this one comes from.
He's a vampire in a fursuit. Called it.
After a night of painting the town
what would
red
you
with
call
blood,
that?
Saberwulf awoke to the nightmare that would
Well,
be the
there he's
rest of his life.
46.
Yeah,
So
he
they've
wasn't
actually got a
exactly
timeline?
a fan of the whole werewolf thing, so he did anything he could to stop being a full moon furry. But science and magic couldn't cut it.
He descended into
Not even drinking
madness, but eventually found a possible savior. Your friendly neighborhood soul-crushing megacorporation, Ultratech.
Yeah, of
AKA
course.
Evil Walmart. Or just Walmart.
Ultratech promised
Eviler.
Saberwulf a cure for his lycanthropy. But in reality,
First I
their experiments
thought they
only
don't
gave
have a
him
science.
cybernetic implants in his arms
Cool.
and extended his werewolf form to last indefinitely.
Yeah.
Oh. Also cool.
But Saberwulf was none
Stop.
the wiser. In return for a cure that would never come, he agreed to fight on Ultratech's behalf in their killer instinct
Ah, they got
tournament.
screwed.
What a
People
goober.
fighting here.
This moron ran around a creepy castle, bumped into something sharp like a dumbass, and now he might not even be potty trained. Then he got duped by the most obviously evil company ever to ruin his life even more. This guy is either the unluckiest schmuck on the planet, or just high off his ass on opium.
Actually, he was dangerously addicted to opiates for a time, which only drove him further into madness.
Really?
Wow, this guy's life sucks.
Regardless, Saberwulf was a fierce competitor.
I also know he has an alternate skin based off Benny, the dog of hype, from the Yo Video Game / Maximilian Dude channels.
Within the Killer Instinct tournament, he battled and defeated a Nez Perce warrior Thunder, the metallic super soldier Fulgor,
First
and
timeline?
an actual dinosaur. He's certainly among a high tier of the competition.
There's
Like
multiple
Tusk, who
timelines
can
in Killer
summon
Instinct?
friggin' meteors out of the sky.
Based on how large this projectile is, its impact should be equivalent to over a kiloton of TNT.
Sure, Sabi can't magically call down space rocks, but he can survive a hit like that and dish it back. In the tournament, he won
deflect
17
it?
fights in a row.
Until he met the warrior monk Jago.
Of course. When are we gonna have Jago in here?
And he
We
got
had his
favorite
sister.
seeds clapped by an alien McFlurry named Glacius.
But even after
Yeah,
the tournament,
we've had
Saberwulf
Glacius.
proved strong enough to tear out his own
Okay.
cybernetic.
Wow. Ripped the cybernetics from his body and regenerated. Wow. Nice.
Implants. While conducting experiments on him, Ultratech's android CEO Arya had noted that the older a werewolf gets, the more vicious and skilled it becomes, while the
Interesting.
loss
He's
in
already
strength and
50.
agility is negligible.
And he proved it in his rematch with Glacius. Who's the clapper of cheeks now, you projectile spamming snow cone?
Most impressive, considering Glacius once got the drop on Arya, whom, according to an official novella, can react within a nanosecond.
Holy
Interesting.
crap! He's not just your average werewolf, he's a super werewolf! A fighting tournament
But
ass
is
kicker!
it just me
Though
or
he will sadly always be on the hunt for a
A
cure
lot
that
of the
doesn't
beats in
exist,
here is
Saberwulf is
nanosecond
one of the
kind of
most
vague.
dangerous monsters and men to ever live.
nice?
Welcome to the demon realm of Makai, a dimension inhabited
Sorry.
by powerful beings known as Darkstalkers.
I love
Basically, your
Darkstalkers. That's a
classic
series that
Hollywood
really
movie
needs to come
monsters
back.
Mixed with anime powers.
Makai is ruled by several
mean,
noble
it's tied
clans,
in with
including the
Street
Kroots,
Fighter,
a family
so-
of beasts.
Like werewolves?
You know what I
One
find
prominent
funny
member-
is that in Street Fighter, there's a character named Wolfman. He's one of Cammy's commanding officers. He is not a werewolf, despite it taking place in the same continuity as Darkstalkers. Maybe he's related to werewolf and just doesn't carry the gene himself or something.
Baraba the Wolf Lord, who had a son named Galen.
Which means hungry wolf. Really thinking outside the box with that one, huh?
Perhaps he'd prefer his
Galen.
English name, John Talbain.
Yeah, but his dad is named a freaking Wolf Lord. That's so awesome it almost makes me forget he's a total deadbeat. Just like my dad. Did I say that out loud?
Things got worse.
So
One
would
of the
that
Wolf
be
Lord's
better
enemies,
translated
the Demon
as
Jenna,
Garan?
sent an assassin to kill John's mother.
Dick move. Moms are off limits.
Reluctant
now a
bestie to
werewolf and an
Felicia.
orphan, John grew up pretty pissed off at just
Felicia,
about everything.
that's right, that's what they say
Especially
here.
the humans that hunted him when he transformed.
In the light of a full moon, John can't help but embrace his Kroot's heritage. And under a red
huge
blood
moon.
moon, he risks losing all sense of self and becoming a ravenous beast. John's story was about the same as any werewolves until he happened upon a man who was also half monster and who defeated John in combat.
With
What kind of
martial
monster?
arts. Hell yeah! I keep telling people the only way to solve violence is with a good pair of nunchucks.
Nice.
John's new friend did not offer violence, but control. Seeing little other option, John accepted a life with his new sensei.
While we don't know for sure what fighting style he was trained in, based on the time period, location, and his stance, we can guess that he was learning Shotokan karate.
Inspired by Bushido and Zen Buddhism, Shotokan karate's focus is on controlled calm, a strong defense, and a
1960s,
rejection of unnecessary violence. Basically the exact opposite of being a werewolf.
Well, sign me up for his doggy dojo, because I have no
Yeah.
idea how all that Zen stuff translates to moves like his climb chaser and wild circular. Rejection of unnecessary violence, my ass. This dude's just showing off.
By embracing his werewolf speed, John can
Yeah, I'm
bash
down.
foes with his nunchaku and move so fast he appears to be in 2 places at once.
Cool.
And by tapping into his inner energy, ki, John can perform
Yeah.
the beast cannon and rocket around the room like a doggy meteor of pain. But that's nothing compared to the almighty dragon cannon. Oh yeah! So much for being Zen, right? That dragon can incinerate a whole wall.
John's training seemed to do the trick, until his master was killed by a group of bandits.
Oh, of course he
Where's
was.
your flaming
Come on.
dragon there, man?
Enraged yet again by the cruelty of mankind, but tempered by his master's compassion, John became
Yeah.
conflicted over his role in a morally gray world, unwilling to fight, but always ready.
And by combining his martial arts skills with his natural werewolf powers, he
I should
became
probably
a
watch the
wolfman
anime
to be
sometime.
reckoned with.
His razor-sharp claws can slice through steel
Ah.
and even punch holes in powerful darkstalkers like Lilith.
He's
Wow.
also got those great doggo senses, like superhero.
That's
can
got to be the
smell.
American
To
cartoon then.
demonstrate, I've modulated dummy senses up to the same degree as those of a wolf.
I see you find my frequent humiliation amusing.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
I do. Boop.
In open climates, wolf ears can hear sounds up to 10 miles away.
Boomstick, somebody is outside stealing your dune buggy.
No, wait, really?
And their sense of smell is over 100 times greater than that of a human's.
Cool, cool.
Oh good, the thief got away.
What did you smell that told you that?
Salt, lots and lots of salt.
With nothing but grit and a thick layer of
How
what
did
I'm
that
sure
come
is
about? I
reasonably
mean, that's really only in the
subverted.
past 10
Just what
years
is
that we
written
started calling
behind the
bitter
ears.
people
John
salty.
has survived an onslaught of missiles from the Monster Hunter BB Hood. Wait. Who gave Little Red Riding Hood military-grade ordnance?
She did.
I want to shake their hand.
We've seen John dodge bullets
She's
up
like
close,
part
but
of a
he's bragged
monster
about
hunting
being as
family
fast
too,
as
isn't
light
she?
speed.
Sure, John.
And he can take down these 5,500-pound alien robots called Heat Souls, which can fly through outer space. Also, it's worth mentioning that Darkstalker society is broken up into different classes based on the strength and power of the individual.
John is a B+ class Darkstalker, which is way above average,
10,000.
so it makes sense to compare him to other B+ classers to gauge his limits.
Like Anakaris, who sank all of ancient Egypt underground.
Or
That's a
QB,
B+?
who could lift a massive beehive high above this castle.
Based on its size relative to the castle, this hive would have to weigh over 30 million tons.
That's like lifting over 300 aircraft carriers, and John's way more jacked than she is. And imagine getting stung by one of those bees.
I also seem to recall
Even with his amazing power, after
her
decades
actual
of
eyes
torment,
are the
John had
patches of
resigned
her
himself
head.
to a life of
like
misery and
these are
solitude.
just like,
Until he met the
fakes
cutest cat girl
for
around.
distraction.
Now, we all know cats are usually super evil and Satan's presence on Earth, but Felicia taught him that humans actually aren't so bad. Wait. So years of martial arts discipline couldn't temper his bad side, but getting laid did? You know what? I believe it.
As far as we know, they're just friends.
Yeah, and I'm sure the internet could give you 34 good reasons why that's bullshit, Liz.
Well, despite what DeviantArt thinks, Felicia would help John conquer his dark side.
Literally. Like, he literally fought his dark side and killed it. I always thought
Nice.
that was supposed to be like metaphor stuff, but I guess that isn't the weirdest thing we've talked about.
And with that victory, John finally claimed dominance over his monstrous identity and committed
Good for
himself
him.
to a life of compassion.
But John will always be a Darkstalker. If he relapses, he'll be as deadly as ever.
There will always be a monster
So
inside
we're
him,
going to make him.
just waiting to be let loose.
Existence with humans is impossible. That is why we are called Darkstalkers.
There is nothing in that word that implies
All
that you
right,
cannot
the bets
exist
are
with
set,
humans.
and we've run the data through all
I'm just
possibilities.
putting it out there.
But
Also, I'm
speaking
pretty sure
of
Donovan
howling
is a
in the
human.
middle of the night, let's
Right?
talk about Blue Chew.
This
Stop. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I just want to enjoy the fight. I was not paying attention to the feats and all of that bullshit. But I'm assuming through scaling that Talbain has the advantage just because he scales to those other 2 feats. Like, the ability to flood an entire country, especially a rather large country. I mean, you know, a sewage backup could flood a small country, like Vatican City or Nauru, but the ability to flood all of Egypt? Yeah, that's we're talking some pretty hefty land here, right, Dina? Hi. Yes. I love a bird. She's looking at me like, here, you want to give them that look you're giving me? Yeah. Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. She's going to be wearing a SWEATER later. Pictures on my Discord. You're so cute, Athena. You're so darling. Anyway. So yeah. Truthfully, I just was not really... Like, I was paying attention, but I wasn't really processing the feats. Just because I'm just... not really interested. I just want to see a werewolf fight. Yeah, just casually, though, I'm putting it on John.
Forgive me. I have no forgiveness left, monster.
Yeah. Screamcore, I like it. Is there a difference between Screamcore and Screamo? What was on the ground that caught fire so much? Maybe it was an oil lamp. That went all over the place. Kapow, kapow, kapow! I like the scratches on the wall. Ooh, can they both do that? That's awesome. Ooh.
See you tasted enticing.
His face looks more like a hyena. Or is that supposed to be he's slightly turned away from the camera? It's funny, they're going for at least kind of a German accent for Saberwulf, but they're not even trying to do British for John. Whew! That alleyway is gonna smell bizarre. Oh, of course. Can I get through this without referring to... No, I'm not gonna even say it. I'm not even gonna say it. You know what I'm thinking. Ow! Fascinating.
Not like him.
Ugh!
Not like this.
Oh boy.
I know, monster. But
Oh,
tonight,
yeah?
I'll make an exception.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Krah! See, you should have gone with the Benny Wolf skin. Couldn't have lost then. Now to get to a freaking hospital, get that intestines sewn back in.
Wiz, I think I need to see a therapist to tell them how awesome that was.
Saberwulf was a ferocious foe, but John had a lot going for him in most regards. For instance, John was trained in genuine martial arts and practiced them for decades.
Yeah, I always forget that
Saberwulf
aspect.
relied entirely on instinct.
You mean killer instinct, eh? You're no fun.
Well, no, that too.
Hey, remember how Sabi defeated Glacius, who attacked Arya in less than a nanosecond?
Technically, that put Saberwulf's reaction capability well within light speed, which John claimed he could match.
But that was just bragging, right?
Hardly. Those Huitzel units John fought were capable of flying across the galaxy, hundreds of millions of light years in only a short time. This is
how short of a
because fellow Darkstalkers Morgan and Dimitri have intercepted Huitzels in mid-flight combat.
Yeah, those two are A-classers, but plus Darkstalkers like John have kept up with the higher classes in speed plenty of times.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
She's a C-class.
When it comes to the Darkstalker class system, speed is much less a factor than power and energy levels. To be frank, even if John was half Morgan's speed, he'd still be faster than Saberwulf. So, if anything, he wasn't bragging enough.
He was way stronger too. QB's also a B-plus Darkstalker, and she lifted that 30 million ton beehive. Way more than anything Saberwulf can pull off. And when it came to ranged options, I think a Flaming Inferno Key Dragon beats out a lone discount fire bat any day.
While his application is different, we can gauge the level of ki John has at his disposal by factoring Anakaris sinking all of Egypt.
So the
sinking,
only
not
logical
flooding.
thing to do was measure the total weight
Either way.
of ancient Egypt. No, really. We did that.
Most buildings in the period were made of clay bricks and about 4.3 meters tall. Adding the known volume of the pyramids and considering additional land, we determined Anakaris' key had to be strong enough to move a civilization weighing over 1.2 trillion tons.
Nice.
That's not even counting all the people.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They had a shitload of cats. Now that sounds
20 times greater than the estimated population of actual ancient Egypt. Nice. Yeah, a shit ton of cats, but you know what's popular there now? Gray parrots. Yeah, people say gray parrots are very popular in like the whole Middle East.
crazy for an old school horror
Not as
monster
popular as
like a
cats,
mummy or werewolf, but Darkstalkers aren't quite like the classics.
At this fight's core, though, John won because of the kind of werewolf he was.
Oh, yeah?
Through years of struggle, Saberwulf never found any means to tame his savagery.
He has a
while
straw
John
in
has
there and
successfully
then
managed to
continues to
regulate his
pour
wild
most
side,
of it
giving
into
a
his
level of
mouth.
precision, skill, and
Thus,
control the
the
poor
trademark.
Baron couldn't even begin to understand. Saberwulf was vicious and unrelenting, but John had the training, the power, and
Like I said, shoulda gone with the Benny
Flaming
skin.
Inferno Dragons to score a brutal victory.
Brutal doesn't even cut it. I mean, how much blood was that? You know, it had to
That's
be
awesome.
at least a gallon.
The winner is John Talbain.
Yay!
Thanks for watching this
And
episode
now
of
we're gonna
Death
get
Battle.
the-
Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here, and you can always
Yeah,
pick
now
up
we're
some
gonna
TV
get
merch at
red versus blue.
store.roosterteeth.com.
Attention, Blue
Yeah.
Team! This is the Red Team! We are here to destroy you!
I got a tank! People with tanks are never outnumbered.
Alright. Sounds good. This is funny. The Shao Kahn versus M. Bison fight is up and next in my queue, and I don't know why. Anyway. Bird. There's already a hole here, so. She's Okay. Alright. I am not saying it on just because viewers might not understand what it was I was trying to avoid saying. Think about what video games I like. Think about what video games I've talked about. Think about what video games I played with both my parents. Think about how this was talking about the Blood Moon. It rises once again. I can't help it. In fact, I'm wearing a Link and Zelda shirt right now. I grabbed it out of my closet at random and I figured, Link turns into a wolf in one game, so it might as well... I mean, does it fit? My Street Fighter shirt is the only thing closer that I could think of, and that's Pact, so... Frickin'. Wow, yeah. Okay, well, I will see you in 2 weeks for the fight that we were supposed to get last week. Okay. Oh, that was fun. Like I said, they should have gone with the Benny Wolf Dog of Hype skin.